The interpretation of narratives is to some extent subjective, because everyone can experience art differently. At the same time, using literary analysis, we can still explain the most reasonable meanings that the artist meant to convey or that the audience is likely to understand. To understand themes of any work of art, however, spoilers are involved. Heavy spoilers. So consider this your spoiler warning. Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is the sequel to the 2018 entry Marvel's Spider-Man and its remastered version. The game continues the previous entry's themes of heroes helping the little people and never giving up, but it does so at a smaller scale than the previous game. As a result, the narrative contains a smaller and more personal themes of high school student Miles Morales. In this video, we are going to explore said themes and answer the question, what does Miles Morales, the other Spider-Man, know about friendship? The first theme developed in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is that of friends being like family or even closer than family. While a relatively simple theme, this idea becomes important as character relationships are developed. Miles and Peter, although friends, are like brothers because of their crime-fighting partnership and mentor-student relationship. This theme is also developed through Miles' relationships with his best friend from high school, Genki, and his best friend from middle school, Finn. Genki and Finn are closer than family because they are invited to the Morales Christmas dinner, but Uncle Aaron, who is estranged, is not. Even though Genki is a child who seems to generally honor his parents, he chooses to spend Christmas with Miles instead of go on a trip with his parents to Hawaii. Miles expresses his trust in Genki by sharing with him that he is Spider-Man, but does not share his superhero identity with his mother, Uncle Aaron, or Finn due to Peter Parker's warning that this may put family members in danger. In the Bible, there are many proverbs about how close friends we trust can be like family, or better than family. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Do not forsake your friend and your father's friend, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better is a neighbor who is near than a brother who is far away. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 17, chapter 18 verse 24, and chapter 27 verse 10. Like the Proverbs, Miles Morales understands that deep friendships are similar to blood, that friends can be like family. And like family, friends often do things that hurt each other, which leads us to our second theme.
But we're family.
My family's dead.
The second theme of friendship developed by Miles Morales is that of friends and family lying and betraying each other. This theme is a repeated idea and happens throughout the story. The first obvious moment of this is when Miles directly lies to his mother about his whereabouts while performing heroics as Spider-Man.
Miles, gracias a Dios. Where are you?
I'm at home, but I can come to the hospital.
Later, while Miles is uncertain about how to further investigate the underground, Uncle Aaron convinces Miles to lie to Finn about his desire to join the underground and avenge Rick.
Maybe I could join your club? Crew? Team?
You're a good friend, Miles.
Okay, let's go.
Finn believes him and vouches for him to join, thinking he is a kindred spirit, when in fact he wants access to the underground in order to stop Finn as Spider-Man. When Miles is eventually forced to reveal his identity to Finn in order to prevent her from killing him, Finn is shocked by this revelation.
Finn, hey, we need to talk in person.
So you can lie to me again?
Miles meets with Finn to attempt to persuade her to talk about how they could resolve the Roxxon Nuform problem, but Rhino appears and captures them. It is then revealed that Aaron betrayed Miles as the Prowler selling out the Tinkerer and Spider-Man. After being provoked by Rhino, Finn blames this on Miles, feeling completely betrayed when Miles stops her from killing him.
Screwed up the bridge! Going to lab! Got me kidnapped!
Miles, in turn, feels betrayed by Uncle Aaron when Uncle Aaron captures him for his own good when he goes out to stop Finn. In the Bible, King David also describes this feeling of a betrayal by a friend. For it is not an enemy who taunts me, then I could bear it. It is not an adversary who deals insolently with me. Then I could hide from him. But it is you, a man, my equal, my companion, my familiar friend. We used to take sweet counsel together. Within God's house we walked in the throng. Let death steal over them. Let them go down to Sheol alive. For evil is in their dwelling place and in their heart. My companion stretched out his hand against his friends. He violated his covenant. His speech was smooth as butter, yet war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Psalm 55 verses 12 to 15 and verses 20 to 21. Similar to David's psalm, the game views lies and betrayal as evil and something that Miles learns not to do. Rather than lie and betray each other, friends should help and correct each other, leading to our third theme. A third theme in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is that of friends correcting and advising each other. Throughout the game, a theme that is explored is that of friends not just blindly supporting each other, but attempting to correct each other and advise each other when they are doing things that are foolish or even evil. Peter advises Miles not to let people know that he is Spider-Man due to the danger that would put his family members in. Miles' Uncle Aaron gives him similar advice, which is ironic given that he was the one who lied and betrayed Miles. Another example is when Miles is advised by Aaron to lie to Finn. Genki questions Miles on whether this is a good idea, attempting to correct Miles before he does damage to his relationship with Finn. Miles doesn't listen, which causes his credibility with Finn to be damaged. Near the end of the game, when Miles is going out to stop Finn as Spider-Man, Aaron tries to advise Miles to let Krieger and Finn kill each other. Miles, however, rejects this advice and instead corrects him, suggesting that the problem is not his own foolishness, but his uncle's evil moral compass.
So I teach you about picking your battles.
He taught me to put other people ahead of myself.
Similarly, Miles tries to advise Finn not to endanger Harlem, trying repeatedly to get Finn to give up her plan, letting her know that she will inadvertently cause more damage than she anticipates. The Book of Proverbs also contains this idea of the value of advice and even emotionally hurtful correction from true friends. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, profuse are the kisses of an enemy. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his earnest counsel. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 6 and verse 9. In the end, with all the counsel and advice dispensed, Finn ignores Miles' advice, which causes Harlem to be put into catastrophic danger. As a result, friends and family must make hard choices, which leads us to our last theme. The last theme of Miles Morales for today's video is that of friends loving each other sacrificially. Because of Miles' advice, Aaron decides to help people evacuate, putting himself in personal danger despite his earlier selfishness. In the end, he sacrifices himself legally, turning himself into the police in order to testify against Roxxon and stop Simon Krieger from being able to further his dangerous new-form plans. Finn, however, doesn't listen to Miles, so as Spider-Man, Miles is forced to fight Finn and to stop her from exploding the reactor. Over and over, Miles has to continue battling Finn, trying to physically stop her from destroying the city. After finally defeating her, Finn starts falling to her death. Even though Finn was the antagonist of the game, as her friend, Miles still sacrifices his own health and risks his life to protect her physically and save her from falling to her death. The love that she receives from Miles in that moment is perhaps enough to remind her that Miles is truly her friend. When Miles prepares to absorb the reactor's energy to prevent a massive explosion, Finn sees that many innocents, especially Rio and Genki, will die as a result of her actions. In a final redemptive act, instead of getting herself out of the blast radius, she sacrifices herself by launching Miles and herself away from everyone else, dying as Miles releases the energy in an explosion. In the book of John, it says this, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father I have made known to you." John chapter 15, verses 12 to 15. Jesus teaches that sacrificial love is the ultimate expression of friendship. before eventually dying on the cross for all who receive him, including his friends. Like Jesus, Aaron, Miles, and Finn all demonstrate this type of sacrificial love, showing their friendship for one another. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is a short, fast-paced action-adventure that contains a wonderful, if brief, narrative. While the story is less focused on what it means to be a hero, our other Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man does explore what it means to be a good friend. That's all I have for you in this video. Bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If this video blessed you in some way, please consider watching some of my other videos, subscribing, or sharing with me some of your thoughts in the comments below.